Oh, gnarly, dude. Looks like you just went overboard.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Overboard. I'm your host, Jenny.
And I'm Anthony.
And welcome to our podcast. Anthony, today and yesterday are Amazon Prime Day, which, I mean, doesn't even count as a day if it's 2 days, if it's actually 2 days. You know what I mean?
They're just trying to milk it.
Yeah, they're just trying to make all that money. But me and Anthony both are like the type of people where we don't buy anything unless it's like on sale. Like we don't spend our money on anything unless it's on sale. So I actually didn't find anything that I wanted on Amazon for Prime Day. So did you, Anthony?
Really? Dude, there were so many deals.
I'm also the type of person, like, I don't buy things that I don't need. Like 100% no, I need, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's smart.
Which I don't know.
I think sometimes with sales, you gotta like picture the future, or just something you might want in the future, I guess. But yeah, never pay full price if you can help it. I think Jay-Z said that. Jay-Z also said, if you can't afford to buy something twice, don't buy it. So I don't follow that rule as closely as the other one. But I found some pretty good deals, to be honest. I stocked up on boxers because you can never have too many underwear.
It's true.
I know I've heard that guys have a tendency to not buy underwear or wait till they're like mom or somebody or family members buy it for them. Yeah, no, like I was actually listening to a podcast the other day, and they were talking about how like a lot of guys, they won't buy socks or underwear if they don't have to. Like they just expect like to get that
somebody
shit for Christmas.
Yeah.
Right. And like I expected that for a while, but then it's like, I don't know. Think about it. Your underwear, that's going up on your booty like all day, every day, most of the day, unless you're going commando. Like you probably should replace your underwear a couple times a year, and they're not expensive. It's just one of those things we don't think about. But anyway, so I got some boxer briefs. They were like, I don't even know, like not even $10 because of the deal for Amazon Prime. I got some workout t-shirts because I need new workout t-shirts. Those are super cheap. Been wanting some like AirPods for the gym, but I don't rock iPhone. I Samsung gang for life. So I got the Galaxy like Buds Plus. It's one of the newer like AirPod versions that is Galaxy pretty much. And those were on a pretty good deal. And then I think I got like a couple books that were on sale. So I think the most expensive thing was the AirBuds or the Galaxy Buds.
Yeah, probably.
Other than that, I spent less than $30 on all that shit. So it was a good deal.
That's crazy. Less than $30?
Less than 30, like 40. That's an estimate. I don't really know how much I spent, but it wasn't that much money.
Yeah, that's
like I said,
that's a lot to get for not much money.
Right. Like I said, the most expensive thing was the Galaxy Buds. But all around, I was kind of disappointed with some of the deals. Because I'm trying to build like a PC so I can start like streaming and gaming. And they didn't. I was expecting a little bit bigger deals on some PC parts. But I guess I'm just gonna have to wait till Black Friday and check other shops because they didn't have a whole lot for Prime Day. I was disappointed with that. But I've also been told not to buy PC parts from Amazon. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, because there's no guarantee that they're gonna be from the right company or whatever on Amazon.
Well, and it's like it's fragile stuff, and I don't know. I can just
You'll probably be
imagine
able to
like
find a
some
lot.
dude, Amazon delivery person, like throwing a motherboard up on my porch and it
Just
just like
like
shattering into a million pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
no.
definitely trying to avoid that and go through good
You'll definitely
sources.
probably
But
find
again, yeah.
better deals on Black Friday
Oh
for
yeah. So
PC
I'm
stuff.
definitely gonna wait. Especially Cyber Monday is what everybody's been recommending to me.
Yeah, Cyber Monday's getting crazy on their deals too. Like,
I've been like trying to look them up. Um like to see if businesses have already posted their Cyber Monday deals, and I'm finding like some have already. And
oh
like,
really?
okay, yeah, so this is what I don't get, because I've been looking at the deals, right? But
Yeah.
when I look in the sites that do have the deals, they're just running these deals from literally right now up until the December. Like it's not even like a true Black Friday deal, and they're not gonna have like all their Black Friday. It was really,
Weird. That's kind of
really
sketch.
weird.
Yeah.
Well, it's just, I think, you hear a lot about like businesses doing it anyway because
Yeah.
like starting their Black Friday process a little bit earlier so they can reap the rewards a little bit more.
Right.
Which I don't really agree with, but
No.
um yeah, I was just surprised. I'm like, it's October and you're already like
Well, the thing
flaunting your
is like
deals, and you're
some
just, it's not even going to
businesses
be special. It's not a true Black Friday deal at that point.
yeah. And the thing is that like some businesses like a lot of clothing businesses and stuff will say they're on a sale, but they'll actually mark up their item before they put the discounted price. So
Mhm.
then it looks like there's this huge deal, but if you've actually been
Like a
watching the
nice
prices,
deal on it.
yeah, so like if you've actually been watching the prices go up and down, like one day it will be 40% off or something, and the next day it will be 60, but it will be um but the actual ending cost will be more than it was when it was at 40% off. So it's like, I don't
Ridiculous.
know, kind of
Like that
sketch,
should be
yeah.
illegal. Like
No,
100%.
yeah, for sure.
Like that's like, I don't even know. That's selectively like setting your prices, like,
Yeah.
and then false advertising with a deal.
Yeah.
That
Because it's
just
like you
is
could have got it 40% off, but you didn't because they said they were going to have 60% off, but then it actually is
capitalism's
more.
great and all, but it sucks because people can
Yeah.
do stuff like that. And yeah, that's but
But
anyway, so
anyway,
right. Besides Black Friday, great deals. Um, Jenny and I were gonna play Would You Rather. And we tried to like pick ones that are make you think a little bit harder, because like there's some, pretty stupid basic would you rather questions. And we kind of picked one that were actual dilemmas, so to speak, like actual like philosophical conundrums. Um, so that being said, are you ready to get into it?
all right. So first question is, would you rather give up showering for a month or give up internet for a month? I feel like this one's just like super easy. Like I would definitely give up internet for a month. Yeah.
Yeah, no, dude.
Like
I would be
I don't want to be
surprised for
stanky.
anybody who answered
Yeah,
who would say that they would give up showering, because
the opposite
that's just
way, yeah.
okay. So maybe since we're in the COVID times, and if I was
Nope.
working from home still,
Nope.
yeah, no, I would still take a shower.
Nope. Yeah. Absolutely not.
Yeah,
1
like
month, that's maybe a week, but 1 month, come
like,
on. Like,
dog, your friends aren't gonna want to hang out with you. Like, you're not gonna
yeah.
meet anybody like that. No one's gonna find you attractive because you literally smell like booty. I mean,
Yeah.
I take that back though. You might find love with like a wook or something.
The worst
Yeah,
of the world coming
the
together.
she probably someone who didn't like shave their doesn't shave their armpits, or like instead
Yeah.
of using actual deodorant they use like, what is it, patchouli.
Oh my
um
gosh.
get that stank. Yeah, or you might find love with a skunk. There's a lot of skunks here in Ypsilanti, so um
Nope.
Pepe Le Pew knocking at that door. Yeah, no, definitely not. I would pick showering over giving up the internet, or I would pick giving up the internet over giving up
Over
showering.
showering. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
The next one. This one's interesting. This one kind of like made me think. So, would you rather be married to someone who is good looking and that doesn't think that you're attractive, or would you rather be married to someone who is ugly but thinks you're gorgeous?
Probably good. Wait. Married to someone good looking who doesn't think you're attractive, or married to somebody who's ugly who thinks you're gorgeous? Married to someone who's ugly who thinks I'm gorgeous. What? Yeah, I don't know. Like married to someone married I'm trying to think about this one logically, but I think I'd be rather be married to oh my gosh, I cannot talk. I think I would rather be married to somebody that's ugly that thinks I'm gorgeous.
Yeah, I don't know,
But I
man.
also don't look for that type of validation. Like I don't really care if they
Yeah.
think I'm pretty or not, as long as they like love me, you know?
Yeah. Well, cuz my question is, right? So like, if I'm married to the person who's good looking but doesn't think I'm
Mhm.
attractive, do they how do they treat me? I guess is the question, you know? Like, if
Yeah,
they treat
like
me
do they treat
fine
you
and like
worse?
we s- right, like if they treat me fine and like there's still intimacy in our relationship, I would probably rather have a good looking person who doesn't think I'm attractive, to be honest. Like, I'm not gonna lie. That sounds shallow as hell, but like,
No, I mean,
I don't know.
I think I'd agree, honestly.
Yeah.
So, I don't know about that one.
But then
This
again,
one
like, if the person's good who you're married to is doesn't think that you're attractive, then that means they find somebody else attractive,
that's
and
true.
or have the capacity to find somebody else attractive. Um and that's a whole nother
But I
set of
also feel
things
like
where you could get cheated on, so
I
like an
also feel
ugly
like
person
though
who
if
thinks you're
you're
gorgeous isn't going to cheat on you.
well, the thing is I feel like when it comes to if you're with this person, you obviously love them, and I feel like when you actually like a person, they become prettier or like hotter in your eyes. Do you know
Right.
what I mean? Whereas like if they have a bad personality, they're going to become like uglier, whatever. So, like, do you think that like, in this relationship, do you think who you're with is ugly? Because, like, then why would you even be with them? I don't know.
That's
I don't even know how to explain
that's a good
what's
point,
going through
cuz
my head
I don't
right
know, like
now.
we think about it like for this kind of question, I feel like a lot of people would think about the other person in this situation,
Yeah.
but I guess the question I have to answer for myself, in the reason being with the solution, like my solution to this question is, if I'm married to a person who's ugly and they think I'm gorgeous,
Yeah.
they can have the best personality. They can treat me like, like like a treasure chest, like just the most
Yeah, but
beautiful,
that's what I'm trying to say.
beautiful
If
thing they've
you
ever seen.
are
Right. But if I'm not attracted to them, I'm not going to put effort into the relationship personally. Like, if I'm not, if I don't,
that's what I'm
and that,
saying
I
though.
guess that sounds shallow, but it's like,
If you're with somebody, you wouldn't think that they're ugly. Like because you love them and when you love somebody, you don't think they're ugly. if that makes sense.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So like, I guess this wouldn't be like a very like realistic situation. I guess this question. I mean,
No. Well, I don't think any of them would be very realistic, but but I don't know. We'll move on. We're going too far.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like if I'm married to someone ugly and they can think I'm the absolute shit, you know, they could think I'm the king of the world. But if I'm not attracted to them, like I'm not going to be happy in the relationship. And I feel like the relationship is like me being happy is important too. You know, it's a two-way street. Both people need to be happy. And like, who's to say that if I'm married to a good-looking person who doesn't think I'm attractive, maybe they're happy with me and maybe happy with the fact that I'm not attractive. Maybe it's like a security as long as they treat me right.
That's
like
horrible. Security thing.
And are good looking, right? But if they're ugly and they treat me right, you're still not cutting it.
Oh my god.
Feel free to blow up my DMs on Instagram, people, and give me all the hate mail you possibly can. So yeah, sorry.
Okay. Moving on. The next one.
And I don't mean it maliciously. Like I'm probably ugly, right? Like like
no, I think
I
what
could
you're
be
saying
the
makes
person
sense.
who
like you wouldn't be with somebody if you thought they were ugly, I guess. I don't know. I just like
No, I wouldn't be with somebody if I thought they were ugly.
Somebody,
I wouldn't.
Better they look. I don't know. Would you rather walk in on your parents while you're doing it or accidentally walk in on them doing it? Wait, did I just read that wrong?
Would you rather have your parents walk in on you while you were doing it, or would you accidentally walk in on them doing it?
I feel like if I walked in on them doing it, I'd be scarred for life. Like,
yeah. Honestly, I'm in the same boat. Like, I don't ever want to see that.
Yeah.
But I don't really care if they were to walk. Like, sure, it would be like weird. As long as mom doesn't just, oh no, but think about our mom. She'd literally stand there and be like, oh my God, what are you doing?
Yeah,
you know,
probably.
she would she would stand in the doorway and just keep watching. Like,
okay, I don't think she'd keep watching.
Not like no, but like
far.
you know, she would stay instead of like walking in.
She'd probably like
being
turn
like,
around and be like,
shit, and then shutting the door. I feel like she would like stand in the doorway for a few seconds, be like, oh my God, what are you doing? And like wait for a response and then walk out.
I don't know. Hopefully that we'll never have to.
Yeah, hopefully we never have to experience that. Because I mean, either way, I don't care. Because if I'm getting some whoopee, I'm getting some whoopee. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really thinking about who's about to walk in the room or how they feel when they exit the room.
No,
no,
absolutely not.
Okay, so this next one's pretty good. If you were a celebrity, would you rather be underrated or overrated?
Probably underrated. I feel like when you're overrated, there's just too many people in your business. And like for instance, Snapchat, all those like publications that they do on there, and it's just like, oh, she's got a new purse or something. It's like, who cares? Like nobody cares. Like leave her alone. Like just leave them alone. Like I don't understand.
Yeah, that's I like part of me wants to say I'd rather be underrated just for the reasons you described. Like,
yeah,
I'm less likely to be in the public spotlight constantly.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if I was overrated, I'd be getting hella money. You know what I'm saying? Like you'd get so many advertisement deals. Like people would like, come be in this commercial and wear Nikes. We'll sign a deal with us and we'll give you like couple $1 million. And
but I feel like that's like a myth because I feel like you can be underrated and be making just as much money, if not more, than like everyone
True.
else. Because,
Well,
like, think about it this way. Like,
yeah.
take like Morgan Freeman, for instance. I feel like he's underrated. Like, everybody knows who Morgan Freeman is, but like no paparazzi is following him around, and there's like no interviews. Like, people aren't constantly interviewing him, but he probably makes like mad money.
Oh, I
Like,
mean, he does, but he's also not like the only people that get followed by the paparazzi really are like sexy, up and coming, good looking young folks. Morgan Freeman's old, and I'm sure like he had his fair share of paparazzi hitting him up back in the day, like when he was younger. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Paparazzi's going
But
crazy.
no, I get what you're saying. Like being underrated or overrated wouldn't really
Yeah. I don't know.
make a
I just
big
like my
difference of your
privacy. So if
wealth
somebody was following
because,
me around,
right. Like I
I'd
feel
get
like
paranoid.
celebrities nowadays, much of their wealth doesn't actually come from the craft that they are got started with. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like for some artists it is, but like a lot of art, like a lot of celebrities have like side hustles, side businesses and stuff,
Yeah.
where they make even more money than they do like passive income. So yeah, I don't know though, man. Because if you're overrated, then like that means everybody loves you. Like you could do no wrong. So
Mm, I don't know. I'd still go
yeah,
with
I'd
the
probably want to be
underrated.
underrated. Yeah, me too. Well, and I feel like th- since you are underrated, like the people who do appreciate you as a celebrity, like appreciate you way more than an overrated
Yeah.
celebrity because you kind of got that underdog status, you know?
Right. Okay. Would you rather work a high paying job that you hate or your dream job but with only enough money for basic necessities?
High
Mm,
paying job that I hate. Well, this is the way I think about it. You make if you're working in a high paying job that you hate.
yeah.
Now, we got to talk about like how much is high paying. For me, what I would consider to be high pay and what is not basic necessities, high pay is like 100,000 or more. Um and I'd hopefully be making more than that in this hypothetical situation. But I would rather do that and hate my job than have my dream job and only have enough money for basic necessities because one, you could have your dream job, but you're still going to be stressed out all the time if you can only afford basic necessities. You're not
That's true.
I'm not going to lie. I like to do things that require spending money and like going to
Yeah.
shows, going to music festivals, going to concerts, right? Like I would rather make more money and hate that job because the difference between a high paying job and then making basic necessities is like a significant amount of money. You know what I'm saying? Like basic
Yeah.
necessities, you're probably making 30,000 or less, right? A year in
Yeah.
America, in the US.
Mm-hmm.
40,000 basic necessities. That's depending on if you have a family, right? So as an
Right.
individual, right,
Yeah. I was
you
watching.
are going to be making less money. Like it's just not worth it. Because you could, if you're working a high paying job, you could do that for 10 years, right? And you could
And
probably
then be set.
retire,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like with all the money, with investments, with other passive income capital, you could quit that job eventually with all the money you save from the high paying job. And then
Yeah.
you just be living life.
Yeah.
A dream job, you're going to be stuck doing that dream job for the rest of your life.
That's true.
Which
I was
if you like
watching.
to work is cool, but I just want to kick it on the beach in Hawaii. I want to have a yacht and do illegal stuff on the yacht. Not really, but you know, like do whatever I want on the yacht. Like I want to fly my friends around to go on vacation with me just because I can afford it, right? Like
Yeah. I was
you
watching
can't
this
do that if
new show
you're
on
making basic necessity.
I was watching this new show on Netflix, and it's called Emily in Paris, and it's about this girl that like moves from Chicago to Paris. But anyways, she was talking with this French guy, and um basically her job was to go in and like help marketing at this place that she's working. And this guy comes up to her and sits down, and he's like telling her, or and she's like trying to explain, like she's asking him why everybody like hates her so much there, and he's like, well, the thing about Americans is like live to work, whereas here in Paris we work to live. Like we don't enjoy our jobs. Like she was saying how she said that she enjoys her job and her job makes her happy, and he said, well, then maybe you don't actually know what happiness is, because like you wouldn't work is not supposed to be something that makes you happy necessarily.
I
Which I
mean,
mean, obviously it's good if
right.
you do like your job, and like that's the best case scenario. But like what's more important is what you're doing, like how you're spending your time outside of work. Like if you're just working all
Exactly.
day and then not reaping the benefits of your work, then like what's the point? And I know like I'm very of the mentality like I want to save money, so I'm not going to spend it. And I'm trying to get better at like not being so much like that, because I'm like there's so many things that I could be experiencing or like have that I want, and I'm saving it, but what am I saving it for? Like obviously it's good to save so that I have can do like bigger things, but it's also like
Right.
I'm doing all this work for what? Like to be miserable right now, you know what I mean?
Well, and not only that, like you're just one big accident away from not having that money anymore at all. Like,
Yeah,
and then you've never spent that money on
right.
anything that's grown your experience. I don't like I definitely resonate that with that though. Like
I
Americans,
think
I
it's
mean, we're told basically from the day that start kindergarten, start thinking about what you want to be when you're older
yeah.
so you can get a job and work to
Yeah, I
make
think it's
other
just
people rich.
we
Like,
put too much emphasis on like our jobs. We put too much emphasis on um the higher paying the job, or the better the job you have, the happier you're going to be, or the better the life you're going to have is.
right.
Or like if you have this um like the best job in the world, then you're going to be more highly respected by others, and it's like it shouldn't be that way. Like your job isn't who you are, or like your
You're,
job shouldn't define who you are, I guess.
no, exactly. Like your job should not be the biggest part of your personality. And
Yeah.
I think that's especially like in that show that you're talking about, like that's what the guy is talking about. It's like
Yeah.
you, if we're just constantly working all the time, we're in an
Like
environment where we aren't necessarily, I mean, unless you're like an entrepreneur or something, but like if you're just like most people,
yeah.
just working in your 9 to 5 or like a service job,
Right.
you know, you're not really, you don't have that time to find yourself,
Mm-mm.
right? Because let's say you work 8 hours a day, you spent, we're only like awake for like what, 16 hours, I think. You spent 8 of those 16
Yeah.
hours. So half your time of your awake time, um, you spent half of it working
Mhm.
on not yourself.
Yeah.
Travel to and from work, depending on what's going on, takes like an hour. We'll just say an hour to 45, 30 minutes, depending on how close you live. But you have to
Right.
remove a chunk of time so that 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 extra that other, what is it? The other 8 hours you would have had is now reduced by 1 hour.
Right.
You not only like that, but then you get home and you have to do like errands, basic necessity stuff. right? Chores, if you choose to
Yeah.
do that. Or you can sit and like binge watch and then you are reaping kind of like your 8 hours, but you're still not like progressing yourself. I think
Yeah.
most people too, especially once they get families, is like, you get home from work, you're burnt out. I mean, I get home from work and I just want to
Oh
chill
yeah. Just
sometimes.
like
You
a
know what I'm
nap.
saying?
Nap time. Yeah.
Nap time.
Yeah.
Well, and if you take a nap after work, you just got rid of another hour of your 8
Time.
other
Yeah.
hours that you have to be awake. And then you
Yeah.
spend the last maybe 2 hours of your day winding down to go back to sleep and to do it
Yeah.
all again. Right. So like, I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't.
I think there's a balance. There's a balance of like saving money versus spending money. And then there's also a
Yeah.
balance of like working and then spending your time actually doing something that you enjoy that makes you happy. And I
Yes.
feel like we don't have enough of that here in America, especially.
Well, no, I agree. And I think like that's why, our depression rates are so high and our suicide rates are so high.
Yeah.
Is because people are
Feel so pressured to
to produce.
yeah,
To produce. That's all they tell you. Like
Yeah.
from the time you're born, you got to produce, which is cool. Like it's part of human nature. That's what we do. We make things to survive, produce.
Yeah.
But like, it's getting to the point where I think there's so much emphasis on suppressing your emotions and suppressing yourself, right?
Right.
So that you can put yourself in these situations where you produce, right, for work. But the emphasis is
Mhm.
not on finding yourself as a
No.
person, right? Like it's
Yeah.
not about the spiritual journey. It's about a journey on how much you can produce. How can I produce better? How can I produce smarter? It's not a spiritual journey about how can I just be continuously growing, right? I don't know.
Right.
At least that's the way I think about it. If y'all agree, give us a shout out. Slide in our DMs. Tell us
Yeah.
yay.
Let us know what you guys do on your free time.
Yeah.
Nap time or
Find yourself.
yeah. Go find yourself. Okay. Okay, would you rather forget your favorite books so you can reread them again for the first time, or forget your favorite movies so you can rewatch them for the first time? I don't really have a problem with this because I have really bad memory. So like I can rewatch a movie like or reread a book like 20 times and like not really remember all of it. So I feel like I'd be either one. I guess maybe rewatch a movie because I don't read that many books. I should. I'm trying. I'm trying to read more, but I don't read that many books. So probably
Yeah, I
movies,
don't know.
I guess.
I'd probably rather forget my favorite books too, because it's like I didn't really have a lot of favorite books, but I'd love to reread Harry Potter again. Like that was one of the major reads that I was into. But that being said, I also didn't read a lot of fiction. I read mostly like nonfiction stuff because I'm a nerd.
Hmm.
But I don't know. Like I guess I don't kind of like this question because I don't like rereading. I don't like rewatching things. I don't like replaying certain video games unless like a significant
Well,
amount
but
of time has
I think that's
passed.
what the question is asking. Like, if you didn't remember, you wouldn't even remember that you watched it. You know what I mean? So it'd be like you were watching it fresh for the
Again,
first time.
Yeah, probably movies because like the really cool ones, like the Avengers, like the first couple Avengers, like those are sweet the first time you watch them, like stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I just have a bad memory, so I can rewatch movies and reread books in like a year apart, 2 years apart, and won't remember most of what I read or watched. So it's just another thing I need to stop doing, wasting my time on because I don't even remember what I'm watching. But it's
That's
whatever.
when you know
Okay.
it's bad.
Yeah, it's
Um,
bad.
So, all right, this would you rather zig then zag, or would you rather zag then zig?
This is a hard one, I think I rather zig than zag.
I don't know. I think I'd rather zag than zig.
Hmm. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to agree to disagree on that one.
You
I
know,
think
because
zigging is
you'd
a
be
lot
like
better than
zagging
zagging,
and zigging and zagging and start with the zag. So it's like reverse zigzag, yeah, or reverse zigzag.
but a reverse zigzag.
A reverse zigzag zag zig. Bow.
Bow.
That is the
Okay.
highest my brain has operated today. All pistons firing for that one.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so
Okay.
would you rather have a pause button in your life, or would you rather have a rewind button?
Probably a pause button. I don't really care to relive any part of my life. Like, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'd rather pause and
'cause
just be able to enjoy a moment for a little bit longer or something.
no, I agree, especially to enjoy a little, like a moment a little bit longer. Because
Yeah.
it would be nice to have a rewind button, but what happens if you rewind on accident too far? Or
I feel like everything in your life happens for a reason, like
right.
even the bad stuff. So it's like there's certain things obviously I wish I could have changed, but like I don't wish to go back and change them.
Well, and who's to say, even if you can rewind a situation, sure, you could take a different path, but what if the outcome's always the same? What if you
Yeah.
can't change the outcome? So, regardless, I mean, if you had a pause button in your life, dude, you could literally do whatever you wanted.
Right.
Like, literally, you could rob a bank. You could,
I don't think so.
I don't even know, like, you could have a whole pool to yourself.
What are you talking
Like, if you wanted
about?
to go swimming, like, you just pause before anybody actually like gets out there, and then like I don't know what I'm talking about
Oh, you're
anymore.
probably talking about the pause button. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? I thought you were talking about the rewind one, and I was like,
No.
that wouldn't do anything. Like, what?
Right, like you could, I don't know, like be in a life set threatening situation and just pause and then walk away and then start again, and you just be like gone, you know? Like some dudes try to
Take a
mug you in an
nap.
alleyway or something, you just pause and like just walk away, or beat them up, and then like when you press play and they're just like, oh, in the alleyway. Yeah, I'm going off on a tangent now.
I'd take a nap. I'd pause, take a nap, be
Dude,
refreshed.
yes, no, yeah, dude, you could spend so much time. So would you be catching up on your sleep? Like, could you catch up on sleep at that point? Because they say it's impossible to catch up on sleep you lost.
I mean,
But if you can
essentially,
pause time,
because you could pause as long as you want, so you could sleep a full 12 hours if you wanted to.
because I also think about it this way though. Like, what if you paused and like everything else around you stopped, but I mean, obviously you don't stop, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means your cells and all your body, you still age. So all that time you spent pausing, I feel like would throw off, eventually like add up and throw off your aging, and you'd be technically like older than people. After
That's
a
true.
certain amount of time of pausing things, like I'm saying, like you've been pausing since you were like 5 years old, like you've had this ability, and now you're like 30, but you look like 40 because you paused so much time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd rather have the ability to pause. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I'd pause too.
Okay, so this is the last one. Would you rather eat a live worm or be locked in a room with a tarantula for an hour, but you don't know where the tarantula is?
I don't know. I feel like I'd end up throwing the worm up anyway, so maybe just eating the worm. Because I feel
Yeah,
like I'd
because
be
like
too
I feel
paranoid.
like eating. I don't know, dude. I don't think I could do it though. That's just gross.
Yeah,
That's
my gag
gross.
reflex, I'd just be like, right back out.
Like I
I
feel
don't
like
know.
physically, like my brain, my body would not allow me to even get that worm close to my mouth. Like, because you would smell it and it would just be nasty.
Mm-hmm.
And but like with the tarantula, I don't know, man. Spiders are scary. So I have like sometimes when I'm asleep, and I know this is really outlandish because we don't have massive spiders like that in Michigan, like a tarantula or like a wolf spider like they have in Australia or something like that. Like we don't
Yeah.
have very big ones, but like I always have this like thought, and it's like when I get ready to go to bed, like what if just like a massive spider just like jumped up on my shoulder and like was just chill. Like it didn't even have to do anything. It just jumps up on my shoulder and I'd be like, yo, what is that? And then you look and it's a fuzzy spider. And then you just, I'd probably have a heart attack and I'd die. So that's kind of how I think about it. Like if you don't know where the tarantula is, you know, you're there for an hour. Tarantulas aren't
Yeah.
necessarily like dangerous to humans. I mean, they can be, but they're not like extremely life threatening like other spiders are. But I hate it. I hate it both, Jenny. Eating a live worm is gross. And tarantulas are scary. Spiders are. I'd probably rather be locked in a room with the tarantula.
I feel like I'd
Because
like pass out
because
from
I don't have to
anxiety if I was in a
compromise.
room with the tarantula.
Yeah, but like some tarantulas aren't like. I don't know.
That
It
is
just
not the
depends on how big the
tarantula that
room
she's
is.
trying to talk. They're talking about. Obviously, it's going to be a
It's
big
just a regular.
tarantula.
It's just a. I mean, yeah, it's going to be a big tarantula, but it's going to. I mean, tarantulas are relatively like chill. Some of them are aggressive, like if it's a super aggressive one. But like eating a worm, like I don't know, I have to compromise my values at that point, and I just don't think I can do that. So,
All right.
you
Well,
know,
that just is going to end off our episode right there. Thank you, everyone, for listening to this episode. We'll have another one coming for you next week. Be sure, as always, to follow us on Instagram at Overboard X Podcast. That's Overboard, the letter X Podcast. And also, we have the phone number so you guys can message us and ask questions or ask for advice or just say hi. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
see ya.
We'll get to steadier waters eventually.